By the end of this video, I'm going to show you what I've built using AI. I have been coding, and I know a little bit of coding, but not a lot. I've been coding a Chrome extension using Claude. Now, all the major LLM models will be able to handle stuff like this, but I like the interface over at Claude, so it's what I've used. Let me show you. I think what I want to do is show you from ideation all the way through the process of building, and I'm going to go through the giant chat window with all the prompting and stuff that I did and just show you everything that I've done so far. And I have right now a working prototype of this up and running. So I'll prove it to you first. Here's what I made right up here. Let me see if I can zoom in. This is my extension. That's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. So what it does is it downloads the transcript for a YouTube video, or it opens it into a sidebar, and it probably won't even work right here. Yeah, so it's still buggy. Let me refresh this video.
Is perplexity left?
Let me refresh this, and we're going to open it up and try it again from scratch. Again, this is completely raw. It's not working properly all the time yet, but you can see that it is working perfectly some of the time. Hey, that's a win for me. So this is going to be raw. Like I said, I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not going to hide the fact that it doesn't always work. I'm going to show you the developer tools. I'm using Edge rather than Chrome, actually. And if we just open this up, it shows you like what errors are happening when crap does not work correctly. So you're going to see it all. Let's go ahead and dive in. This came, and actually I'll leave this open because we'll look at this window later. This is how we actually like test this before adding it to the Chrome store or the Edge store, as the case may be. So the idea for this came because I spend a ton of time on YouTube learning stuff. Let me pause Greg's video there. I spend a ton of time researching, learning, doing the things that you do on YouTube, not just for entertainment, but for actually learning and expanding my skill sets. I found out though, like, look, this is a 30-minute video. I might not have time to watch 30 minutes about Perplexity's new AI agents being insane. Although I might be curious as to why Greg thinks that's the case, what his points are, what he's discussing in all these sections. So, you know, the best YouTube videos have these nice handy sections to at least give me topically kind of what's going to be happening so that I know what's in the video and I can skip to those different points. However, what I found myself doing was wanting to come over here and open the transcript. Let me refresh this page again. So if you're on a page for the first time, in the little description for the YouTube video, you have to open it up and scroll all the way to the bottom right here and then say show transcript. That opens this transcript window up over here on the sidebar, and you've got all of the transcript for whatever video you're on. Well, you can just copy and paste this. And that's what I've been doing for several weeks. I would come in here, copy and paste all of this, take it over into, wherever, ChatGPT, Chrome, or a Claude, or whatever tool I want to use, and say something like summarize this. And I actually have a prompt that I've been using to really organize the summary and get a nice cohesive summary that I can chat with. Then it gives me all the summation of the video and the ability to ask questions specific to whatever I happen to be learning or wanting to get out of the info. Anyway, that's the genesis for how I got here. Now, what I did first is I opened up Copilot because I use Edge actually, which, you know, Chrome is great, Firefox is great, but Edge, I like the ability to open up Copilot, which is a LLM tool in and of itself, and just chat about the page that I'm on quite easily. So I chatted down here, where is it? Save video transcript as text file. I went here and I grabbed this code that it came up with, and I was able to run this in the console. And again, if this is too technical for you, just stay with me a second. If you open up the developer tools and you go to the console right here, yeah, it's overwhelming for me too. But I found that if you just copy and paste what it gave me, look at this. It immediately runs and downloads the legit transcript file. Oh, where did it go? And so I open that up and double check. Here it is. And it's not formatted great, but this is the raw text transcript for that entire video. And I can just copy and paste this into ChatGPT. That saved a little bit of headache of like, honestly, all it did was save the headache of scrolling down this transcript file and manually copying and pasting. Now I had a little blip of text, a little script that I could copy paste into the console, and it automatically gave me the text file, and it felt a little bit better. Honestly, it felt better because I was kind of codey, kind of hacking a little bit right there. But I wanted it to be even better. I wanted to be able to come up here and simply click that and see how it's working now. It downloaded that same file, although it's not getting rid. There it is. And now I open it up. I've got the timestamps, the video title, channel, published, all this stuff. Transcript downloaded, just an interesting note if it's time-sensitive things. So I've got the same information with one click in this extension that I make, and now let's talk about how I made it. So I said you could do this in any of the LLM tools, and that's true. I mean, they're all smart enough to do simple coding and even complex coding projects. I keep hearing that Claude is the most robust in terms of coding as of the recording of this video, so it's what I chose. And I also like the interface. It just feels a little bit nicer of experience, and so that's what I used. Now, if we scroll all the way up and all the way down, you can see this was a very long interaction of chatting back and forth and back and forth. A lot of this we're going to be able to skip over because it was just small features that I was trying to tweak or some buggy behavior that I didn't want to happen that some of it I actually never fixed. I just took out the functionality that I was going for. Originally, I wanted the ability to toggle timestamps on and off, and it was just buggy, and I didn't feel like really diving into the weeds, so I just deleted that. Anyway, that's one of the reasons this is long. The other reason is that you just are going to it's going to take a lot of iterations when you're coding things like this to get it right. Here's the prompt that I started with. So we're going to make a Chrome extension that with a click of a button downloads the transcript of a YouTube video into a text file. And I basically just wanted this LLM to give me only the JavaScript for this first. I wanted it to get the scripting correct before it added that to a full Chrome extension project. I knew going into this that a Chrome extension requires multiple files and you have to kind of bundle it up into a folder, and that's how it reads it. So it executes code inside of different places in that folder. But I wanted to get the functional JavaScript up and running first, and it did have some errors when I tried to run it. First of all, over here in a preview window, when I tried to run it at first, it didn't work properly because it was trying to run in the preview window, I think. Let me see if I can pull that up. Yeah, this was V1. No, it wasn't a preview window. It just didn't work properly on V1. Oh, I remember. So in version 1, I was copying this entire thing into my developer console just like I did a minute ago, and it was giving me an error because it was not writing it as though I were executing it in the developer console. So after a little bit of chatting, it said all the complicated reasons for that, and then it said to me, hey, just call the function directly in the console. And when I did this, lo and behold, it worked. So we got the script up and running properly. And then I went on to, I wanted it to be able to open those different windows for the transcript itself. So it wouldn't rely on user input opening the transcript, but rather that would happen automatically. It had some trouble identifying how to do that. And so I had to actually inspect the page. And to do that, I went back into my developer tools over on the page itself, and I would scroll down to like the transcript button right here, show transcript, and I would inspect it, and then I would just copy all of this junk and throw it in there. As you can see from this big chunk of text, here's the more button element, and then here's the show transcript element. So I gave it all that raw material with which it could go in and make changes to wherever on earth it made changes in its code so that it would be able to activate those buttons automatically. We got more version stuff going on here. Looks like here's part 2. I want AI to clean up the transcript. Oh yeah. So I got a nice AI prompt that I could feed into either Claude or ChatGPT or wherever, so that when I get the text file, this will clean it up into a nice format. And so I'll show you where that is. Yeah, YouTube transcript summarizer. And so let's see, let's open up one that I did, and you can see from here that at the top I just pasted in this text and it said, hey, I'm going to analyze this and then give this huge summation with all these different points, nicely bulleted, organized appropriately. And so I was able to get this up and running. This eventually will be part of the Chrome extension, but it's not out of the gate because that adds API stuff that I really don't know about it beyond the version 1 that I want to get up and running. Anyhow, we got that prompting stuff done. A lot of this is tweaks. And then if I scroll down to right here, we've got it working, and I say, let's sketch out the Chrome extension. So here, and I wanted to answer me in chat first before it started just making files. So it said, hey, here's the fastest way to get this prototyped. You need these 3 files, this manifest, pop-up, and content.js. And then it kind of says what the flow is and the simplest approach to just get this up and running and trying it out. This is where I learned about Chrome extensions, or in this case, Edge extensions, where I'm testing it. I followed all these instructions, and lo and behold, it created the manifest JSON, the pop-up HTML, the pop-up JS, and the content JS, and it worked. So, and first of all, it's got icons that it needed. So I said, what are the guidelines for the icons? And it said, hey, you should make 16 by 16, 48 by 48, 128 by 128. And I went ahead and did that. So here's 16 by 16, 48 by 48, 128 by 128. I made simple icons for this so it would work as though as it was supposed to. This is the folder where lives the files that I've created. And you can see I added these sidebar later in our chat to make the sidebar functionality. But this is what it spit out for me initially into this YouTube Summary 2 folder. And over here in developer mode of the Chrome extensions, if you go to, or the Edge extensions or Chrome extensions, if you go to Edge, or if you go to Chrome, if you're using Chrome, //extensions, you'll pull this up. You may not have developer mode on, in which case you would need to toggle that on so that you can click this button right here and load an unpacked extension. So to do that, I simply selected from the extensions folder, the YouTube summary, select folder, and it loads it up right here. And I think that that is just stinking awesome. So there's my extension. I built it with the help of my trusty friend, Mr. AI. Scrolling down further here, got some more guidance on the icons. I gave it several things here. I gave it kind of my vision for what I wanted it to look like, and future versions. I wanted AI features, a free version, a sidebar option, a button in the sidebar that cleans up the text. Here's where I started to get a little bit more complicated than I needed to, but it gave me all the info that I asked. It said to update these files and then, or to add these files for the sidebar and then modify these files. And here was the folder structure. And lo and behold, that's what happened. It worked just fine. The only thing I created was I manually did create those PNG image files because I wanted custom image files. Now it goes through how Chrome is handling stuff and how to actually test and run it. Scrolling down. That is the bulk of what I wanted to highlight, because at this point, okay, here's kind of the summation. I wanted a summation of everything that's taken place so far. So article outline, problem that started with, building the MVP, development, current state. And I actually didn't use this for an article. I just wrote the article myself. I found that it gets a little bit too rigid when you want it to write something like this and use a conversational tone, but whatever. That's just me being picky. But that's how we got to where we are. And where we are is a working prototype that's got a little bit of bugs, but it works. And the primary function is just solving my own problem to download the dang old transcript. I don't even need to show it in the sidebar. That's for when I add the AI component to where I've got down here a chat bar or a little chat window where I can ask the questions straight in there instead of bringing it over into Claude or ChatGPT. For now, I'm just bringing it to ChatGPT and asking the questions, and it works super fine. All right, what questions do you have for me? Leave them in the comments below. I hope this was helpful. What do you want me to build next? What would you like built in here? Do you want access to this extension? Next step for me is actually putting it in the extension store, which I haven't done, but I'm going to try to fix those bugs that you saw earlier and then just put it up on the Chrome and the Edge stores because that process is pretty easy from what I can tell too. Let me know what you want to hear about. You can find more info about stuff like this, how to automate business tasks and inefficiencies over on gotsheet.xyz, which is my newsletter webpage where I talk about this all the time. It used to be all about spreadsheets, and I still do some spreadsheet stuff, but we've moved fully into the AI realm these days, and it's a lot of fun. Come over there, say hey to me. I'm very easy to find and access. Hope you have a great one. Talk to you later.